Hello all, welcome to our channel. Today I'll be walking you through a practical and strategic approach for selecting a very strong, innovative project topic. Whether it's for your research, engineering, entrepreneurship, choosing the right idea for the beginning sets the tone for the success. Come, let's go into the video. So, why choosing the right topic matters? Yes, there is a say, a well-chosen topic is more than just an assignment. So here, a well-chosen topic drives a motivation in you. It engages in different aspects of its study. It also increases the chance for real-world impact. If the right topic is chosen, which is not overdone, obviously there is an impact that causes the real world. And yes, if at all in competition or some recognition, it helps you achieve it. Next is, it leads for a deeper learning about a particular subject or particular matter, and it gives you the better skill to apply it into or to develop the idea into a project. So, the 6 steps that we need to follow for choosing the right topic is identify. So first we have to identify what area of interest. Research. Once the area of interest is identified, research what is the current trends. What is happening around? What are all the developments that has already happened? Evaluate. Evaluate is nothing but take a study, take a pilot study to evaluate the real world problems. Then brainstorm in unique angles, think in different aspects of the problem. Then validate your idea whether it is rightly chosen or not. And then align. Once after choosing it, align with your goals and the available resource so that it turns into a meaningful way. Step 1. Identify your research interest, that is interest area. So how can it be done? So here the first step is actually very simple, that focuses on what the area of interest we choose upon. We look into subjects or fields we are really curious about. Then we think about the problems that we come across in daily life in that particular subject or field. Once after that problem is identified, it keeps on reflecting how the technology has developed in that particular field, how the science has developed, how the society has adopted the technology advancement in that particular field. Finally, after hearing all this, we think about the innovation part. So once this is done, what innovation can be or what enhancement can be done for that particular field to make sure there is an impact created in the real world. Yes. Next is step 2. Research current trends. Yeah, we are going to research about what is already available. So now we are going to explore about the recent advancement. So whenever there is a recent advancement, yes, obviously there will be challenges also faced in that particular advancement. Now, after exploring that, you're going to research how the research resources available. Resources available in the sense of journals, blogs, conference papers, patents, news regarding to that particular advancement. And then we will be looking on to what technology can it be used, what enhancement can it be done, or what are all the enhancement that has been already available like AI, biotechnology, clean energy, IoT enhancement, a number of emerging technology. Now after identifying all these current trends, now we will obviously find a gap. Gap is nothing but when there is a technology advancement, there is a challenge. Now that challenge itself is converted into a problem statement. So that is nothing but the gap that you have identified to choose your problem statement. So find the gaps and then the limitation in already existing solution so that you can create it as your own problem statement. Now the third one is evaluate real world problems. how to evaluate the real world problems. Now we are going to identify what is solved, what is unsolved, or what is partially solved issues across the world. Yes, now the climatic changes is erratic over the world. Now, how those climatic changes can be priorly informed to the people living in that particular area or in that particular geographical area, so that they'll be alerted before through some technology. Yes, so you're going to identify which is solved, which is unsolved, or which is partially solved, which has challenges, all those. And then be identifying that, you're going to consider all the aspects. If you develop a problem statement and give a solution, you have to consider different parameters. The same way you're going to consider social, environmental, industrial problems. Once after considering all those, you're going to think about who is going to be affected or who is going to be significantly gained to the technology, or what is significantly happening or what is significantly achieved. Think about that in a different perspective. After that, yes, once your thought process is over, you end up with innovation. So there will be great innovation, a wide innovation, so that you solve real problems on points. Rather than generalizing on points, solve the real problems. Next is step 4, brainstorm unique angles. Brainstorm unique angles, yes. So now different aspects we have to sit, discuss, work out, evaluate. Yes. So now you're going to combine the ideas. So different aspects, different fields, interdisciplinary. Take if a particular project has to be developed, think in the technology, how AI is booming, think how IoT is booming, or think how a particular fabrication or VLSI design, or it can be anything. It can be any technology. It can be machinery, manufacturing, anything. So combine all the interdisciplinary ideas and create novelty among that. So you're going to create novelty. Novelty is nothing but not only your idea, it also the novelty belongs to the material we use, method we use, or the perspective of thinking we use, and the execution that we do. Once the novelty is found, you're going to consider whether it is scalable, whether it is usable, whether it is flexible, feasible. Simply adding a novelty in a particular idea doesn't give anything. You have to check whether it can be used in real world, whether it is feasible for the people to be handled. All those has to be considered, and then you're going to sketch a rough idea on how the flow of the project will be done, or how the project will be done in different aspects of angle with a particular novelty. Now, step 5, validate the idea. Yes. Now, how you will validate this? Now you have drawn, a rough idea is drawn. Now you have to validate the ideas. You have to keep discussing with people whether this pathway is right or not. So you're going to discuss with the mentors, peers, or experts, anybody who is really expert in that particular field that we have chosen. And then you'll be checking whether any similar work already exists. And then analyze whether the rough idea that is being drafted has a good strength, what would be the weakness, what would the opportunity, or what would be the threats once developed. And then based on all these 3, you're going to refine the topic in a concise form, not in a generalized form. So the generalized form is concised into a small, refined into a very pointful topic based on the feedback. Now, step 6, align with goals and resources. So here we are going to ensure whether the topic is going to fit the particular timeline, because we don't have time. There is a timeline fixed for each and every work. So whether the project timeline is fixed, whether the topic fits the timeline will be ensured. And then match all the skills, resources, goals, all that we have already developed to the particular timeline, fit to the timeline. And then consider the availability of data, tools, support, a number of parameters. All those has to be considered. And then when all these 3 are considered, obviously you're going to avoid the ideas that can be broadly classified. Don't broadly look into the idea. You're going to avoid broadly looked idea and then come into the refined idea. Yes. Then finally, final checklist for topic selection. So these are the very final things that you have to remember. Is it innovative or solving a new angle? That is the first thing you have to question yourself when you develop a problem statement. Second is whether it is really meaningful or relevant. Then whether it is feasible or whether it is flexible for the current resources, with the current available resources. Then when all these are done, the most important thing is whether one particular person is really excited to work, because the consciousness, excitement only can drive the project successfully. Generally knowing everything, sitting, doing nothing, there is nothing, no benefit. Whether you're excited to work on it, and then will it stand out in a competitive setting. So among 10 people, whether our idea stands first or whether it is unique among all the other project is what you have to think. So these are the very small checklists that you have to remember while selecting a topic. Now conclusion, yes, once selecting the right topic, yes, we ensure that the foundation is done successfully. Now once the foundation is built, we have to stay cautious, observe, experience, practice so that it comes right. And once that is done, yes, innovation is obviously solved. The problem is solved in the right way. Yes. So hope you are interested to know about the different innovative topics that I'm going to discuss in the further series. Please be stay tuned for more information. Thank you.